Welcome back to another episode of Peak Performers Podcast. I'm Thor Conklin. I'm your host. A client recently was struggling with their employees being on the phone constantly. They could never get their employees off the phone. I have a very easy fix.
Welcome to this edition of Peak Performers Podcast
with your host, Thor Conklin.
Thor will be sharing the necessary tools, strategies, and psychology you'll need to become a peak performer in any area of your life or business.
Thor Conklin here. We give you the tricks, the tips, the tools, the strategy, the technology, and the psychology peak performers use in order to get more done and execute at the highest level. If you know what to do but struggle with getting it all done, or simply want to raise your game to the next level, this podcast is for you. Sit back and enjoy. A client of mine is struggling to keep their employees off their cell phones. They have one particular employee that's on her cell phone all the time. I don't need to tell you that she's a millennial, and this is not a bash on millennials by any means. I absolutely love millennials. But in this particular case, it was really destroying productivity. It was really causing an issue in the office, and they needed to sit her down and have a talk with her. And literally, she starts crying. Why are you picking on me? Why? What did I do? I have ADD. I need to have my phone. I don't know who's calling. I don't know who's writing. I don't know what's going on. I have to stay connected. Sound familiar? So I get the phone call. This is a great employee. We really love her. We want her to stay, but we can't have this behavior going on. What do? Do we walk in the office and everybody checks their cell phones? Is that what we're going to do? That doesn't make any sense and is not going to work. So my client said, how do I fix this? I said, it's easy. He turns and goes, what do you mean it's easy? I said, it's really easy. The reason that employee has time to check their phone is because you're not giving them enough work to do. This is your fault, not their fault, your fault. Yes, it's your fault. And if you're an employer out there and your employees are on their cell phones, guess what? It's your fault, the employer. Yes, and I'll tell you why. Because you're not giving them enough work to do during the day. That's why they're on their phone. You're not tracking, you're not measuring, and you're not doling out consequences for not getting the work done. Human behavior is human behavior. What do they want to do? What do we want to do? Do we want to be spending our time doing spreadsheets, or do we want to spend our time checking Facebook? Left to our own devices, we're going to check Facebook. Of course. You've got to make sure that your team has enough to do, that you're tracking and you're measuring those results, and there's consequences for good behavior and bad behavior. Good results and bad results. You want to stop your team, your employees, from spending time on social media, checking YouTube, cat videos, and checking their personal email? Start giving them more to do. They're there. You are paying them to do a job. Make sure they understand what that job is, what's expected, what's not expected, what behavior is expected, what behavior is not acceptable, and what results they need to deliver. Start doing that, and I guarantee you people will not have time to play on their phones. So question of the day, where in your business are you not tracking and measuring properly? Where are you allowing the team to decide what they want to do, how they want to do it, and just basically run the kingdom? They control the shop. They control the business. And you're just there along for the ride. Step up and start being the leader. One of the favorite questions that my mentor used to ask. Thor, this company is your company. You're running it. If I'm the chairman, would I fire you or would I give you a raise? If you had a chairman in your company, would they give you a raise or would they fire you? If you're not doing the job that's necessary, figure out what it is and make those changes immediately. And if you've got a team that's spending too much time on their cell phones, you know exactly what to do now. Thank you so much for listening today. I really do appreciate your time, and I hope you found today's show valuable. If you would like to receive these shows automatically to your phone or to your computer, simply go to iTunes and subscribe. After listening to several of the shows, if you're so inclined, please leave us a 5-star rating, as this helps us reach additional people and spread the message. If you're truly committed to taking your life to the next level and doing whatever it takes to become a peak performer, but something's holding you back, something is blocking your way, and you just can't seem to figure out what it is, send me an email to info@thorconklin.com, and I'd be more than happy to get on the phone with you. We'll schedule a 15-minute discovery call. No obligation, no cost. I absolutely love to hear from the listeners, and if there's something I can do to help, I'd be more than happy to do that. Also, if you found something of great interest in today's show and you want to share that with your friends and family, simply go to my Facebook page, Thor Conklin, click on the episode, hit the share button, and share it on your page. You can follow me at Twitter at Thor Conklin. The website is thorconklin.com. We're constantly adding new free resources, discussing additional tricks, tips, tools, and strategies on how to be a peak performer. Remember, I try to keep these episodes short so you can listen to them during dot time, doing other things, commuting, driving, walking, working out. Decide to be a peak performer in all that you do. And until tomorrow, have an absolutely amazing day.